Hey, what's up, guys? It's Pack here, and today I wanted to cover and go over my Despia deck profile for YCS Raleigh. I really enjoyed this deck. I didn't really want to play the Hand Trap, Russian Roulette, Fire Mirrors. I think that those mirrors are super high variance because it just depends on how much non-engine you draw and how much engine you draw, and you're just hoping to draw more engine than your opponent can have hand traps. But I just think that was super high variance. I really didn't want to do that. I wanted to play a different type of Yu-Gi-Oh, which is the no hand traps, full gas, just try to interact with your opponent as much as possible instead of just hand trap, pass, normal summon, snake eye, ash. This is what I played, and I wanted to give huge shouts to 611.com and Supreme Pro, and you can use pack 10 for 10% off. I use a pack of technically 2 packs, because my deck is 48 cards, but 2 packs of Supreme Pros for the YCS, and you can use pack 10 for 10% off the best sleeve in the game. I believe the pink packs and the white packs are back on restock, so you can definitely get them now. You can also grab this super nice playmat if you haven't already. So guys, don't forget to check it out and support your boy. Okay. Next, I wanted to give a couple huge shoutouts to my testing partners. I was really sad that I didn't top because I felt that my group put in a lot of time, and these individuals that I'm about to name really put in a lot of effort and time to help me. So I felt kind of bad that I couldn't really deliver the top for them and get them the win. Yeah, huge shouts to Pierre, Zana, Nesh, Luca. They were the people that I really just talked to the most for this event, who actually believed in the Despia deck. And yeah, I learned a lot of really insane and cool lines just talking to them. I believe they have a killer spreadsheet that lists almost every combination of hands that you can draw in the deck. And believe it or not, this deck does not lose Ash Blossom. I got Ash majority of my tournament, and it did not matter at all. I just think that you need to realize and understand the lines this deck can take in order to beat Ash. And if you're interested in doing so, you can go check out the spreadsheet that I think Pierre is moving. It's essentially a combo guide to learn and how to play Despia super optimally. All the YouTube resources that I found on Despia were not as helpful as these guys. And I watch everything, to be quite honest with you. These guys really know how to play Despia. I think honestly the best in the world, and so I would highly recommend them if you're interested in learning Despia. I'll leave Zana's and Pierre's Discord in the description box below, and you guys can reach out to them if you guys want to learn more about the deck, because I learned a lot just talking to them and having them show me a lot of the different combo lines. But yeah, today I'm just gonna go over my deck that I played for the YCS and just my general thoughts on it. So I played 3 Aluber, best normal summon in the deck, just because it gives you any card in your deck. A lot of people end up searching Brand of Fusion with this, but a lot of the combo lines we actually end up searching High Spirits, especially when we have a Dragon, because it plays around Ash a little bit more efficiently. And like I said, if you want to learn a little bit more about the deck, you can definitely go check out Pierre and Zana's Discord in the description box below. So I have 2 Guiding Quem, 1 Springen's Kit. So essentially, these are kind of your normal summons in the deck. You have to play 2 Quem because it lets you play around Nib, which a lot of people are on hand traps. And Quem is still a really good normal summon, so it actually doesn't matter that you play more than 1 to see it. I think Springen's Kit is a nice one of, because it's a utility card you can grab off High Spirits, and it's either a normal summon or an extender, so it filters as both. But it's a searchable card, so it's totally fine. But yeah, Quem is really crazy. It's because of the fact that it can reborn any monster, including Mirror Jade or Fallen Valbaz, or any card that mentions Fallen Valbaz. So this card is absolutely insane for that reason. So yeah, so that's pretty much it for the normal summons. Then you have 3 Fallen Valbaz. You want to max out this card because it lets you see the highest number of dragons possible, and seeing more dragon cards is really good because it makes your High Spirits live. Also, the more Fallen Valbaz you have in the banish or the grave enables better combo lines and enables you to push through more. Also, against some matchup, normal summon Fallen Valbaz just wins everything against everything, so it's just really strong. 3 Albion, the Shrouded Dragon. This card's really good because it's not only an upstart goblin, but it automatically puts Fallen Valbaz in the graveyard, which allows you to like special summon Cartesia from your hand to beat like cards like Impermanence and Veiler. One of the rounds I got Imperm 3 times in Ash Blossoms, and I still ended on the board, so it just didn't matter. I believe I ended on like Mirjitsu, which was like crazy with red. 1 Sarnier, 1 Lubellion. These are like kind of like utility for the combo, and this getting access to Brand Laws is just like really broken. 1 Mercurier. It's a really good card to banish off of Gold Sark as well as Allure of Darkness. It's also really broken because of the fact that it can add any card that mentions Albaz, so you can add Quem, Cartesia. It's basically like any other card in your deck when it gets banished, so it's just like really insane. And it's also like a free monster negate that you can like just add a Muff Loss for free, so card's really strong. And then 1 Puppet and then 1 Tragedy. I wanted to play more Tragedy, but I don't play Patrick in the main deck, and I think 1 Tragedy was enough, so I don't mind it. And then Puppet. So I actually originally didn't like this card at all, but I kind of got convinced to play it because of the fact that basically when you go second to a lot of the boards, you're not going to be able to kill your opponent every time, so you need like an alternate win con when you go second to like people. And like for decks like, let's say like Pearly, or like decks like Fire, where like when you break their board, they get a bunch of cards back off like My Friend, or like get a bunch of cards off like Flamber Dragon. You have to like gimmick puppet them going second, so that it doesn't matter how many follow-up cards they add. So that's why like this card was like really good. And then also like when you get like this card is like the alternate route. It's actually never the actual end board puppet. If you realize the combo that we do, which maybe I'll show, like I'll make a YouTube video as a sequel to this, where I show like how to like puppet, because I don't actually just like puppet in draw phase or standby phase. I never actually do that. I actually puppet in main phase on my opponent's turn after they commit cards, and it's like kind of like the extra layer of defense just in case things go wrong. But they like, even if they like call by puppet or like Bistio the puppet, doesn't matter because you still have so many interruptions left. But I think the puppet being your deck forces your opponent to like stop a lot of your interactions, stop a lot of it forces your opponent to like Bistio this instead of like an Albaz for your Brennan Red, for example, which is like still really good. And yeah, but I learned like a bunch of like crazy puppet lines where like it actually doesn't even matter if your opponent like Bistios the puppet and is in the banish, because you have like a play where you can like Lubellion, shuffle back the puppet, and a Cartesia to make a Grand Gunnel. Grand Gunnel send the puppet back again, and then still make Sanctifier to bring back the puppet. So even if they like Bistio the puppet, doesn't matter, you can still puppet lock your opponent. So the card's just like really crazy. But yeah, I didn't like it, but I think it's like a necessary evil in the format. So 3 Brand Fusion, God card. I think contrary to popular belief, you don't actually lose to Ash Blossom on Brand Fusion. Yeah. 3 Opening. It's emergency teleport for Despia. Just like crazy. 2 red. I wanted to play 1, but having 2 is really good because if you play, you can like use your Albion to send Albaz, and when you do Albion to send Albaz, it's really important because you can either draw into Cartesia, Brennan Red, or Fusion Deployment to beat Impermanence on your normal summons like a Luber. So that's why red was like really good, and obviously it serves an extra interruption. The second red actually came up for me in Swiss one of the rounds, where because I won because I had a second one in my deck. So 1 High Spirits, you only play 1 because you don't play enough dragons to maximize the card, but this card works really well when you open it with dragons. So I think this card was like insane. A lot of my combo lines actually involve High Spirits, and yeah. 1 Branded Loss. This card is like insane because your opponent basically can't respond to you while you're like puppet locking them, and bringing back like for example, sometimes you end on a board of like Mirror Jade, Quem, Cartesia, and you can use the Cartesia to fuse the Mirror Jade away, and they can't call by the Mirror Jade because lost, because you know, like it's in the fusion window, so like you can bring back Mirror Jade and guarantee a second Mirror Jade on your opponent's turn, and they just can't respond. So it just allows you to have like extra layer of interaction for free, and it gives you like a hand trap as well, so it's like it's literally plus infinite, to be honest. 3 Fusion Deployment, emergency teleport for Cartesia or Albaz. It's just really good. It gives you Albaz exits, Cartesia exits, just too broken. And then I play all the power spells, so like 3 Talents, 3 Thrusts, 3 Droplets, 3 Allure of Darkness, 1 Call by, one Gold Sark, and then one Retribution, one Fusion dupe. Yeah, basically like I just want these are like pretty much the breakers you needed to like win against like the fire decks. It's like really strong. There's really not much to say about this. All these cards are like really good for me. But yeah, I mean, especially Thrust. I think Thrust is like just really crazy. This deck is like similar to Unchained, where like Thrust works going first and going second really well. If you set Fusion Duplication with like Bread Fusion Grave, you like win the matchup like 99% of the time, pretty much. So it should be like it's like literally an FTK, pretty much. So yeah, that was the main deck. I believe it was like 48 cards. Yeah. The reason why I didn't play cards like Pot of Desires or play Patrick in the main deck was because I didn't want to brick. Like I didn't want to like I feel like that deck was better just blinding second. I got 4th place at the regional the week before the YCS playing like 60 card go second Despia deck, and that performed way better when it went second. But the issue with Patchwork and like this like Patchwork specifically when you go first, which is like a 9 card engine, is that when you go first with it you might actually break on it. So I didn't want to like risk that, so I decided to not play it, at least in the main deck. So that's pretty much my main deck. For my extra deck, I played 2 Mirror Jade. You need 2 Albion, 1 Albion. Like obviously I think you know what these cards do, so that's fine. But I wanted to talk about Albion, the Sanctifier Dragon. This card's like really broken because there's some really unique lines I found when playing this deck. That like for example, like one of the secret outs to like Noir is you can like summon a Mirror Jade and then crash it in. Like you'd use Albion to like revive back like a 3k monster in attack and like have my Mirror Jade attack, and like you cast the Mirror Jade and then you would activate Mirror Jade effect and it would actually pop an unaffected Noir because of like like one of the rulings. So that was like the secret out to like Noir using Albion the Sanctifier Dragon, which I came up with during the YCS. I thought I was like really nice. Unfortunately, it did not save me against like the Pearly Duelists, but it is what it is. But it is something cool that like I was thinking about actively on how to like beat like the matchups. And also like yeah, this card is just like so crazy. I like Reborn's like a bunch of like different cards, but the biggest thing is that it can bring back Mirror Jades as well. So like a lot of times I put Mirror Jades in the graveyard for Sanctifier, and obviously you can like puppet lock your opponent. But this card's just crazy. The fact that it can't be targeted and uses fusion material is just like makes it really difficult for your opponent to interact with, to be honest. One Destination Cloud, this card is like really nice. It actually won me a game against a fire deck because he can't Zelantis banish this, and he had no way to out this without killing me. So this card was like absolutely like the nuts. So I literally like hard made this actually at some point, just so that I would stay alive, and staying alive won me the game on the next turn. One Lebellion, that's all you really need. Shuffle back your resources. You play 2 Grangunol. You play 2 Grangunol because basically when you get Ash on Bread Fusion, having 2 is like really good to allow you to like still puppet lock your opponent, or still to like put up interruptions after getting Ash on Bread Fusion. And so 2 is really good, and then you can use 1 to tag out as well to summon Quam a lot. So the card's really good. Beats Nib as well. The second one comes up like infinitely. 1 Borderlord Furious. When you get Rivalried against like the Runic Stun deck, this deck has a really good matchup in engines to beat Runic Stun. You can summon Borderlord Furious because it's a dragon. So even if you get locked in a dragon, it doesn't really matter because you just go like Albion into like Borderlord Furious. And then Borderlord Furious is a card that I made a lot because during my opponent's end phase, it would like set back row after they puppet lock you. After you puppet lock them, you can like Borderlord Furious your opponent, as well as like Guardian Chimera using priority in draw phase when you add it back of Retribution during your next turn, and then you just pop like 3 cards and they just can't do anything. So it's just automatically game. Rinbrum, card brings back Albaz is like the main reason why I use it. It's just really strong. Sometimes you actually do Branded Fusion for Rinbrum and send an Albaz and Merc going second to like Appaloosa or something, which can like potentially come up. And then like I think it came up more when I played Brandon White, but I don't play that card anymore. So but yeah, that was like the main reason why like that card would ever come up. But yeah, Rinbrum is just really good. It also makes like High Spirits live. Masquerade, it's nice because it's a fiend, so it allows you to High Spirits an Egypt post side, and then obviously like if the deck goes in a time, summoning Masquerade is really hard for your opponent to out. Drago Sapelia, it's just like it's really good because Lebellion can shuffle back like basically any fusion monster in your back extra deck because of this. Quartless is how the main reason why I survive a lot of times a really cool interaction against the fire decks is that like you can use Grand Gunol, banish it to summon a Courtless, and then you use Courtless effect to like zero everything. If they try to Zelantis you and banish the Courtless, this Courtless doesn't come back because it wasn't properly summoned, and then you can trigger a Courtless effect to summon Albaz, and then like Albaz or Zelantis away and just kill them. So like, or like just make a Mirror Jet on their turn, and like it's something that like they never expect. So that's like a really cool interaction with this card as well. And then you just play like one Guardian Chimera. Just Guardian Chimera, right? Nothing to say about it. For my side, I play one Heart of the Abyss for like basically everything. Kashtira, Pearly, just overall I thought it was like really solid. Then I played 3 Mind Control and Change of Heart. So the reason why I played this is because the Pure Snake Eye deck, when they know you're not playing hand traps and they try to full combo you, they like do the Omega Loop, which by the way you can still beat. Even with 4 cards you can beat that pretty easily. And one of the ways to make it even easier is like you use Mind Control and Change the Heart on like the spotter. So like you would take it, and or if they add on Appaloosa, you could also just take their Appaloosa. It doesn't really matter. So you would take their spotter, use the spotter, bring back their Omega, and then Omega them. Or you can like take their spotter, and then like if they banish an Aluber or an Albaz out of your hand, or a Quem or a Cortasia, whatever, out of your hand off of like the Omega effect, you can use the spotter to summon back as well and get access to your engine. And then you can use Omega as like you can use the spotter's effect to like if they try to like Flammer summon IP and then use IP effect, you can just use the effect of the spotter to like pop the IP. So all they have is like one Promethean effect left, which is like literally just a vanilla. So that's why I played 3 Mind Control and Change Heart as well. So that was like the theory behind this. 3 Crossout Ash. So basically we wanted a going first card that also helped, which I didn't even think was needed. But 3 Crossout was nice because like so basically you can like cross out the call by if they have call by and then sack you with a call by, or you can like cross out Ash Blossom because you beat like every other hand trap anyways. But if you can cross out Ash Blossom, it makes it so they can beat every hand trap. So that's why you only play 1 target for it. And then going second, Crossout helps you like beat the mirror match because you can cross out the puppet or the Brennan red. So it's just like a card that like helps like cover the matchup. The mirror match helps you going first, and yeah. And then I side the 2 Patchwork, 1 Gem Chain, 1 Polymerization for going second. This stuff is really good at going second because, like I said, this engine is like way better when you go second with it. So I wanted to still side it just to like help you go second. And then 1 Shot All Dragon because you can send it off Brand Diffusion to like out any Floodgate, like Rivalry or anything like that. So that was like the main idea. Also, a really cool interaction is that even if you hard draw Shot All Dragon, you can against like Fluon or Reese or something like that, you can like pitch it off Branded Opening to like pop their trap and draw phase. And also this card works with High Spirits because you can like High Spirits Shut All Dragon and then send like a Granganol because it meets the requirement of Shut All Dragon it meets the requirements of High Spirits. So you can pop one of their back row and draw phase if you draw High Spirits with Shut All Fusion as well, and then add like Albion, Quam, Cortasia, whatever you need. So that's like another cool interaction. That's also the reason why you want to play 2 Granganol because of High Spirits, because you know you might have to like High Spirits like a spellcaster in order to play the game, and you need a second one in the deck for that reason. So yep, overall the deck was really good. I'm really happy I played it. I have no regrets. I would play it again. And yeah, if you guys want a follow-up video with like some combos that are not popular for branded, let me know, and I can definitely try to show you guys some cool combo lines as well that I was doing during the YSS to help me beat like multiple hand traps like Ash and stuff like that. So yeah, so if you guys are interested, let me know and I will do that for you. But anyways, cheers, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.